In my continued journey to review great movies and great directors' works on this channel, next up we have one by one of the masters of horror, John Carpenter. Here we have a review for John Carpenter's They Live, and surprisingly, this is my first time ever seeing this movie, and I'm kind of happy I waited, honestly, because I feel like with the current state of the world and the way we live our lives, this movie was a perfect time to watch this. This movie, I mean, I know it came out in the 80s and I didn't see it then, but from my own personal experience with this one-time watch, I think it has aged incredibly. Everything about this movie makes sense today, and like I said, I wasn't around the 80s, but for all I know, it could make more sense today than it did back then. This is actually a Scream Factory Steelbook that I ordered online because I love John Carpenter, I love his films, I love horror, especially smart horror movies, and I want to try it out and I want to get it in the best quality possible. So here it is, and about a week ago, me and my dad finally put this movie in. He's seen it before when he was younger, and we watched it, and wow, was I blown away. In my 20s, I feel like a lot of movies don't stick with me as much because they don't have that nostalgic feel of me watching when I was younger, but this one has stuck with me for sure. I am a huge fan of this film already, and I can't wait to watch it again. Just getting into it, like I said, this film is very smart and aged incredibly. In a day and age where we are addicted to our cell phones and we are addicted to social media and we are addicted to watching TV, and all we have are, you know, news sources from the TV and news sources from the and news sources from our phones, we are a little bit blinded to what's actually going on around us. I feel that is real and that is true to how we live our lives, and this movie really shows that. It starts off with a lot of these people who are underpaid. They are more or less, I'd say, in the lower class of America, and they're struggling to get by. And one of these characters is Roddy Piper, and he is exceptional in this film. A lot of times when wrestlers become movie stars, they're not that great of actors, and I'm not saying he's a great actor, but wow, was he meant for this role, and was he just perfect in it. He was so much fun in it. And so you follow him on his life. He kind of has some issues saving money. He has some issues with I can't really tell if it's anger or what. Like I said, I've only seen this one time and need to go back and watch it, but he can't get his feet up off the ground, and he can't get a hold on his life. And while staying in one of these tent communities where a lot of people are staying, he notices something weird happening at the church across the street, and he goes to investigate, and that is when this movie really takes a turn for the crazy and the weird, but the amazing and fun. He finds these glasses, and the only people with these glasses can see the world for how it really is. So he's looking at billboards that, you know, are saying like, oh, new shoes, new video games, you have to buy it. He puts the glasses on, looks up, and it just says consume in big bold letters. And it's like these people are playing these mind games and tricks on us, and it's just an awesome movie. I loved every part of that. As he continues to wear these glasses and walk around, he starts seeing people who, when the glasses are on, they aren't actually people, they are aliens. And he is freaking out, and I think it's hilarious when he just starts going on this like murder rampage against these people who are aliens, because to everyone else in the world who doesn't have these glasses on, they look like normal people, so he looks crazy to everyone else. And I just think that's such a funny concept that people who are watching him do this are probably freaking out, but he knows why he's doing it. And so as the story goes on, you meet more cool characters. Of these characters, one of my favorite is Keith David's character. He is just a blast in this movie, and I love how the back and forth with him and Roddy Piper is they can't get along. It ends up breaking out into this huge, like, it felt like 15-minute fight on screen, which, in my opinion, that's the only part of the film I did not like. I looked up some Reddit threads and some people talking about it. Other people do enjoy that. They think it's funny because these guys are like, you know, fighters in real life. At least I know Roddy Piper is, and if you're gonna have him as a star of your film, you gotta have a fight scene. It was a cool fight scene, I won't lie, but after 15 minutes of watching it, I'm like, man, can we get back to the story? What is going on here? Like I said, this movie is so much fun, and while it hits on very difficult and complex themes and issues going on in our world and our society, it tells a very simple story while doing that. I really enjoyed that. Like I say a lot on this channel, I like simple stories, and when they are done right, man, do they work. And this movie just works on every level. It is classified as a horror movie. I don't think it's a scary movie at all. I wouldn't even call it a horror movie. Maybe more of a thriller. I like how the director, John Carpenter, actually calls this movie a documentary. That's crazy to me. That's fascinating to hear, because honestly, sometimes you do feel like we're living in a world like they live, and I love that he says that. Just all around a fantastic movie, and I'm not saying that it's a life-changing script. I'm not saying it's a life-changing acting performance by Roddy Piper. I'm not saying any of this, but this is one of those movies that just feels like lightning in a bottle, where you take it, you put in a script, you put in some actors, you put in, a good director and John Carpenter, you shake it up, and for some reason it just fucking works. And that's exactly what this movie did. After one watch, like I said, movies don't usually stick with me later in my years because they don't have that nostalgic feel to them. But just after one watch, I'm giving this movie a 9.5 out of 10. That's how much I enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch it again. I already have plans to watch with other people, and I'm very excited for that. I feel like every time I watch a movie that I love with someone new, it feels new to me because I get to see their reaction, their thoughts on it. So that'll be great. If you've seen They Live, let me know in the comments below what you think of it. If you own this Scream Factory Steelbook, let me know what you thought of this. I thought it was a very beautiful presentation of this film. The 4K looked great on my TV. And I really don't have much complaints with They Live, besides the fact that there was a 15-minute fight scene that went on for way too long. But everyone else loves that, so shit, what am I to say? This is a great movie. I think everyone should see it, especially in today's day and age. If you saw it 40 years ago and you don't think you need to rewatch it, I'm telling you right now, you do. It aged like fine wine, and it is a great, great film. Thank you all so much for watching my review, and I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below if you like this movie, and also, if you got any more Scream Factory films that I might not have seen, throw them in the comments below. I'll be sure to pick them out and watch them one day and maybe bring you a review. I'd love to do that. Thank you all, and I'm going to continue to do John Carpenter reviews, maybe do a John Carpenter ranking one day in the future. Thank you all. Have a great day.